All right, let's dive into a story that's about more than just a number. It's about a shift in power at the very top of Formula One. For 4 incredible years, this number meant one thing: dominance. It was a symbol of an entire era defined by one driver, Max Verstappen. When you saw this on the track, you knew who was in charge. But come 2026, when those lights go out for the first race, Verstappen's going to be racing with this number instead. So, what happened? How did we get from the undisputed number 1 to number 3? Well, that is a heck of a story, and that's what we're going to break down right now. Okay, so to really get why this change is such a big deal, we have to rewind a little and just appreciate the unbelievable run of dominance that came before it. I mean, think about it. For 4 straight seasons, Max Verstappen and the number 1 were basically the same thing. Before he earned that right, his whole career was built around the number 33. But after those 4 titles, the number 1 just became synonymous with his Red Bull. He wasn't just another driver, he was the driver, the guy everyone was trying to beat, the symbol of an entire F1 era. But, as we all know, in a sport like Formula One, nothing lasts forever. Every era has to end. And the end of this one, well, it came down to the 2025 season finale in Abu Dhabi, and a race that people are going to be talking about for a very, very long time.
The 2025 season was just an absolute roller coaster. Seriously, midway through, it really looked like Lando Norris and McLaren were going to run away with it. But you can never, ever count Max Verstappen out. He clawed his way back with this incredible late-season comeback to take the fight to the very last race. And he did everything he could possibly do. He went out and won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But here's the brutal part. The title was completely out of his hands. He needed Norris to finish 4th or lower. And in a finish that had the entire world on the edge of its seat, Lando held his nerve, brought that McLaren home in 3rd, and sealed his own destiny.
After an entire season of racing, all the battles, all the strategy, all the ups and downs, the World Championship was decided by just 2 points. 2! In a sport that's all about the finest of margins, it just doesn't get any closer than that. And with that razor-thin 2-point margin, the crown, and the number that goes with it, changed hands for the first time in 4 years. And just like that, Lando Norris became the 2025 Formula One World Champion. It was an absolutely massive moment for him and the whole McLaren team, and it really felt like it signaled the start of a brand new chapter for the sport. Now, as is his right as the new champ, Norris confirmed that he's going to swap his longtime number 4, for the coveted number 1 on his car for the 2026 season. He's following right in Verstappen's footsteps. So, of course, this left Max in a position he hadn't been in for a long, long time. He actually needed to pick a new race number, a whole new identity on the track.
So the big question on everyone's mind was, what's he gonna do? Which number would he pick? And it's a bigger decision than it sounds, because it would really define his new role heading into the 2026 season.
He really had 2 main paths he could take. He could go back to what's familiar, right? Go back to number 33, the number he used from 2015 to 2021, and really built his brand on. Or he could choose something completely new, signal a totally fresh start. And he chose the fresh start. In an interview, Verstappen just laid it out there real simple. He said, "My favorite number has always been 3, apart from number 1. We can now swap, so it'll be number 3. Just like that. Clear, simple, and a number he's always had a soft spot for. But honestly, his reason for not going back to 33 is maybe even more telling. He said he always felt that number represented double luck, but then he added, "I've already had my luck in Formula One." Wow. I mean, that feels like a very conscious choice to close a chapter, doesn't it? It signals that he's moving on from the past, maybe even from the whole idea of needing luck on his side. But the choice of number 3 is not random at all. In the world of Formula One, and especially for Max, that number carries a really deep and personal legacy with it. And that legacy is tied directly to this man, Daniel Ricciardo, the honey badger himself. The super popular Aussie driver who, of course, was Max's teammate at Red Bull and famously raced with the number 3 for his entire career. See, the connection here runs deep. They were teammates during Max's really formative years, from 2016 to 2018. And crucially, Ricciardo, who is now retired, gave Max his full blessing to use the number. This was only possible because of an F1 rule that allows a number to be reassigned after a driver's been out of the sport for 2 straight seasons. So really, the timing was just perfect.
So when you put it all together, this isn't just about a driver changing a sticker on his car. It's symbolic. You've got Verstappen, stripped of that champion's number one, and he's now a challenger again. He's adopting a new identity, one that nods to his past but is clearly focused on the future. And with a new champion in Lando Norris proudly wearing that number one, well, it just begs the question, doesn't it? Is this number swap the symbolic starting gun for the next great rivalry in Formula One?